but going through there, I tagged in the post, the hour-long interview with her. It goes through the nuts and bolts of why she created the program, what to expect in the program, as well as like information. All of the coaches also, and Stephanie, if you don't, are you doing 9-week?
Yeah, I already have my.
She is.
So
I showed up and I was like, that was so fast.
It's because the center is in the Midwest where they do all the shipping from.
It's in Ohio.
And so so like even though the company's based on the Pacific Coast, we get all of our stuff like way after everyone else does because we have to wait for the shipment to come out from there.
Literally,
so
the day I moved in, the package was outside, and I was like, and my dad's like, "How are you getting packages? You just moved in." I was like, I don't know.
My packages right now, half my packages are at the freaking post office because the postman won't deliver to our apartment. But one of the things, make sure if you have it, if you're a coach and you have it, there's a 9-week training group on Facebook.
Okay.
So like Google search 9-week, and actually let me pull it up and see what it's called, because that way it goes through. It's the 9-week VIP.
I'm already in it. I'm in that.
Perfect. And I want to
make sure you have all the stuff in
just
your
for
box,
the recording. What were you missing, Megan?
I'm missing the piece, the protected little plastic piece that goes on the back of the metal that's on the, I'll show it to you when we go in there, but I have to contact them because like I need that so it's not going to scratch the crap out of my walls.
Yeah. But just like for anybody that's, if you're watching the recording, make sure if you're a coach or you're a discount coach and you have it, the 9-week Control Freak VIP training boot camp does run. I think it's the first month of the program, and it has like interviews with Autumn. It has all the information. And Stephanie, I might have you unbox that so everybody can see what they get in it as well.
I would love to. I just like ripped it open and I was like, okay.
Shanice, do you want to go ahead and do you want to start and kind of talk about what it is?
Yeah. So, as you guys know, I am like very passionate about Autumn because she is like my soul trainer, meaning I started with her with 21 Day Fix and I got the most out of that program that I could, physical, mental, all things. I know there's some people that are like, well, you know, Autumn's too much, or she says things that are very like not the greatest. And if you're willing to understand like the behind stuff as to why she does what she does, it really makes a lot of sense, and it can resonate with a lot of people, honestly. And so with 9-week Control Freak, we were all like, oh, okay, here's like another name that she just wants to get people riled up for. And I was totally against it as a therapist, and being a control freak and all of this stuff, like it just has a bad connotation and like, you know, a bad taste in your mouth when you think about being a control freak. So when I was able to actually sit and like listen to the way that she was talking about the program and why she picked that name, and also she didn't even pick that name, which is crazy. She doesn't pick the names of her programs. Carl picks the names of her programs. And so he was the one that was like, I think we should make this 9-week Control Freak. And even she was like, whoa, that is kind of interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. And he was like, no, Autumn, like, this is what it is. Like, we need to learn how to take control back. And then once he started understanding and unpacking, or once she started understanding what he was unpacking in the name, she was like, yeah, like, holy crap, 2020, we've lost so much control. And maybe it's not 2020. Maybe it was 2018 when you decided that, you know, like life, you lost control over your life at that time. Maybe it was 2015. Maybe it was after you just had this baby of yours, or maybe it was after you bought this house and you're trying to like figure out all the house stuff, but you're not really sure what's going on, and you're kind of losing yourself while you're dealing with everything else in your life. And so that's what this whole program is about. And that's what this name is about, is like regaining control over everything, every part of your life and who you are, and really going back to like your true self. And maybe you never figured out who your true self is or was, and this is the program that will help you figure that out for yourself. Our team talks a lot about the importance of personal development. And so Autumn ties in personal development, and she ties in like the sleep hygiene and like the mental wellness with this program. And so you're getting everything that we talk about as a team in one program, which is amazing, because there isn't a program that's like this besides the one that I'm doing now, which is Barre with Elise, where she actually has like meditation afterwards. There isn't another program that's like, you have to do this meditation nightly to help with your sleep hygiene and to calm your body down. And there isn't another super trainer that I know of. Please let me know, guys, because you know a lot more of the trainers than I do. That's like Elise and Autumn in a way where they are pushing the importance of like your mental well-being in all of this. I'm gonna pause here because I'm sure there's other ones. And so if you wanna unmute yourself. Oh yeah, Shaun T, obviously, yes.
I'm gonna unmute myself too. I think one of the things that people might not be aware of, and it tends to come up when the new programs come out, 9 Week Control Freak, I don't think is going to have this just because they have so many other pieces built in. But whenever you're looking at new programs that traditionally have rest days on Sunday. So if you're looking at any of the Shaun T programs, if you're looking at 80 Day Obsession, those programs have like, you have weekly obsession in 80 Day Obsession. And then you actually have a Sunday video for Shaun T. And I'm not gonna lie, the first time I went through 80 Day Obsession, I did not watch Weekly Obsession, but I did watch for Shaun T those Sunday videos, and a lot of the mindset development and talking about the why and exploring the stories of the participants in the program and unpacking the mental health and mindset aspect, especially in the Shaun T programs. It's in that Sunday video. So that's the thing that I always would just like quit and skip over. I think that that's really important to remember. Like if they have that with 9 Week, or if you're doing Transform 20 is a huge one for that, but also 80 Day Obsession, watching that because it integrates more of the mindset component and not just the physical component, and explains some of the comments throughout the week. So I think that's the other piece. That's where it can be found a lot of times when it's not just the meditation.
Yeah. Thanks for saying that though, because in our new program, in our new community group, the Refresh, we talk about the importance of like the program materials and making sure you're looking at all of the program materials when you are starting a program. So that's a good reminder for me because I don't always look at all the program materials, and I wouldn't have known that Barre had meditation if it wasn't for you guys who have already done it and be like, do the meditation afterwards. So, the name of this is 9 Week Control Freak. You basically sums up, you are in control over what you can control of, you're regaining back that control, and you're also releasing the things that you can't. Everything that's out of your hands that you can't control, COVID-19, distance learning, you know, all of this stuff, like those are things that we're just no longer gonna worry about because we are going to now gain control over the time that we have for ourselves and what we can do for ourselves and for our families. So the week is 9 weeks. Yes, Erica, and being able to know the difference. The program is 9 weeks long. There's 3 phases to the whole entire program itself. And then there's 3 weeks in each phase. Sorry, that's where my math got all wrong. So it's 3 phases, 3 weeks in each phase. It's 5 days a week with 2 rest days. I'm pretty sure the first rest day is on a Wednesday and then the second rest day is on a Sunday. And she does that purposely so that your body can like relax a little bit and during the midweek, and you can like do those stretches and stuff because the workouts are intense, and we'll talk about the workouts in a little bit. But she really emphasizes the importance of just letting your body chill. No running, no, like she's like, you can walk and you can do yoga, but like don't even do like intense yoga. She's like, the importance of me giving you these 2 rest days is so that you can like really let your body relax and you can refresh your body so that it's prepared for the next other days. And Erica said, do not do double workouts. Yeah, she actually said that there was a week where they had to do double workouts because of them having to, I think it was a holiday. It was some holiday. I don't know what holiday it was, but it was some holiday this summer. And they weren't working on the holiday. So they had to do double days for a whole entire week. And she said that she had to let her body like rest for 5 days straight. She could not move, and she wasn't even willing to pick up anything because she knew that if she was going to do something, it was going to hurt her body in the long run. And coming from someone who has pushed herself,
I think she might be frozen. Shanice, we lost you for a second. And Megan, you're muted, so we can't hear you talking.
It's because my son is deciding to drag his Tonka truck across the freaking concrete, and I can't hear anything half the time.
You know.
It's a
Oh, here she comes. You back?
Shoot. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry.
We're good now.
I was like, sometimes when I'm in this room, my internet gets all wonky. So I think where I left off was the importance of taking those 2 rest days. Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying you're taking the rest days, and as somebody that pushes yourself, that's where you cut off.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So as someone that like pushes myself, as you guys know, I've been dealing with this dang shoulder and back and everything for weeks now, and it's getting kind of annoying. And it's only because I pushed myself during a week where I probably shouldn't have, an 80-day. And I just needed to come to the terms with like, if I continue to push myself, I'm going to hurt myself. And so I really need to take a step back, and she does that too. And she wants you to realize, do not do 2 days. This program is not made for you to do 2 days. If you miss a day, make it up later. Do not do it again in that same day.
Denise, can I hop in real quick with that? Can I hop in a second? I think like if you're feeling like something I want to add on just for people in general, if you're feeling the urge to do 2-a-day workouts, I think that's where it's really important to connect with yourself or connect with your coach to kind of look at, why is it that I'm feeling like I need to do 2-a-day workouts? Like, am I feeling like I'm trying to get to, is there a goal I'm trying to get to faster? Is there like, is my anxiety out of control, or my emotions out of control and I don't want to acknowledge them? Like, what is it that I'm masking with the fact that I feel that I need to do this thing? Because I think that that's more of a mindset issue than, because if it's like physically my body, just because your body can handle it doesn't mean that it needs to handle it. And the answer here is no. Like, don't do it. Like the trainer said, don't do it. There are 10-minute add-ons. Like if you want to do extra and your body really does feel like it has more, add a 10-minute add-on on. But like really getting curious about, where is this coming from? Because I think that's that second component that's going to help you take more control over what's going on with you in general.
Yeah, that's a good, that was, yeah, Erica, thanks for saying that. So these workouts, there's no repeating workouts. All of the workouts that we do are going to be new workouts. There's only one day where it repeats, just so that you can see progress within the 3 different phases of the program. But every single workout besides that one workout are going to be new things that you've never seen before, and they switch. So it's not like 80-day where you know that like in phase 1, AAA for phase 1 is always going to be the same. An 80-day AAA for phase 2 will always be the same. It's just going to be like, the moves are going to be the same. It's just going to be different types, times and variations and ways to do it. But she specifically said that these moves are new, so you won't see them again.
They will have, Shanice, there will be some familiarity, or just like in general, there will be like workout 1 every week is going to be back and biceps. It's the DCT training. And so then you'll have back and biceps day 1. Day 2, you're going to have chest and triceps. Day 3 is always Tabata cardio. Day 4 is shoulders, and day 5 is total body tone. So even though they're different moves, there is some familiarity in how it's getting laid out every week.
You are going ahead of me. So now we're going, hey, puppy.
Am I in?
Hello. We're just talking about 9 week.
I thought I'd join you. I literally just logged onto Facebook and I was wondering if it was now. So yes, I've caught it.
Yeah, please join us and your pup. So Erica just kind of mentioned a little bit what I was going to say. So Autumn does what she explains this type of workout to be a DCTT, density, complexes, and then Tabata training. Mm-hmm. All of it is what I would consider HIIT. So the workouts are 18 to 25 minutes long. It won't be ever over 30 minutes, and that is including the warm up and the cool down. And so you are like in and out super quick, which I think will really resonate and be awesome for a lot of people's lives, because sometimes hour-long workouts can be too much for you to try and figure out and finagle in a life when you have so much other things going on. It's easy for you to quickly take your pre, change, and then do a quick 18-minute workout, and then be able to shower and get to your Erica's Reiki appointment in 10 minutes like she did. And it's easy for you to just kind of build that in, because I can scroll on Instagram for 18 freaking minutes. And I said this in my story, I could be doing whatever I want to do that's not working out for 18 to 20 minutes. I mean, a whole gross TV show that I watch is 45 minutes, and I sit there for the entire time. I know that Erin just mentioned that she's excited to do these shorter ones because of work. There are days where sometimes she used to have to wake up at 4 a.m. to do workouts, and she won't have to do that any longer. So good job, Erin. Did I say Erica? Megan. Oh, you guys, all of your names are similar. I'm sorry. Or maybe I just group you guys together. I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. So Megan is the one that would usually have to wake up at 4 a.m. to do her workouts, because she is a badass nurse. And so she won't have to do that any longer, which is nice. Erica used to also wake up really early to do her workouts, because she would spend extremely long days at the YIU youth inpatient unit that she used to work at. And then she would do other things at night. She'd have another job, which is currently one of her jobs right now. So they both would have to wake up early. After work is where it's at, Stephanie. It'll be helpful now also with the 3 different jobs. Yeah, Erica, it will. So kind of like what Erica said before, you will have specific days that are meant for different muscle groups and areas on your body. And that is something that will stay the same. So Autumn explains that density is what she calls the ultimate hybrid of strength and metabolic training. She says it's 5 moves in 12 minutes, and you are racing the clock for this. For complexes, she says it's no racing the clock. It's all based on like reps that she has already, and it's muscle endurance training. So that's kind of like your regular, like, okay, like 1, 2, not like I need to do this on my own and I need to, or like AMRAPs, for those that know MBF. And then Tabata, which I love, is 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. However, she is changing it so that the first phase, we are kind of learning what Tabata is. And for us, it's going to be 20 second, I think, off, and then 10 seconds on. And then for phase 2, it will be 15 seconds off and then 20 seconds on. Does that make sense? Oh, 15, 15. Okay. And then the last one will be the 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Okay. Whew, good. And then there will be a cardio core day, like Erica said, and then a total body core day, which we get to use that dang ball. And I'm excited to use that.
Can I throw in a disclaimer? You might talk about this later, but I want to throw it in while you're mentioning the ball. People will go on Amazon and try to buy equipment. There are times that I have gone on Amazon and I have bought equipment. I have bod ropes that are from Amazon. This program is not the program where you should buy equipment on Amazon unless it's your step. You want to order your step from Amazon? Perfect. That's fine. Make sure it has risers and can go up and down. The Reebok ones are perfect for that. If you get it through Beachbody, you're going to get 15% off the step and free shipping. And like, let me tell you, when I ordered that step for Transform 20, like the shipping on that, like that thing, I'm gonna like keep my language curbed, like was ridiculous. So free shipping is really good. Do not buy the ball, the bands, and you cannot get the control track online on Amazon. Make sure you get them through Beachbody. Otherwise it won't be the right resistance. It won't be the right size. Like just don't do it in this situation.
I want to add one thing about the step too. If you get the step off Amazon and you try and use it for T20, I have the Reebok step, and using it for T20 was very difficult because of the length. So it was like a lot longer. And so when you're trying to do the moves where you're going like over the step and everything, I noticed I was tripping up a lot more when I used the Reebok one, just because like the way that they did it in T20 wasn't meant to be that big of a step. which is kind of confusing to talk about, but it was cheaper to get the one off of Beachbody for me.
Yeah, that's actually really good to know, because that might be an issue in 9 week also. I know I got one that was the same length, but that's a really good point to look at the dimensions.
So make sure you're looking at dimensions of the Beachbody step compared to the dimensions of the step that you're getting on Amazon, because that was like a huge, I bought the Reebok one and then I bought the Beachbody one because I was like, one, the Beachbody step was cheaper than the Amazon one that I got, and it worked better. So
Also
I
keep in mind,
to be honest.
what?
Also keep in mind that the track for the wall was designed specifically for this program. Like, you're not going to be able to find it somewhere else.
No.
There's not, like, you can try and like makeshift one, but then that's just dangerous, so don't do it. But the like control track was specifically designed for this program. And I know that like a big part of why, like, I know some guys that are interested in this program too specifically is because the control track mimics the like humongous
Bowflex
machines that like go like this kind of thing. And so like a lot of dudes are excited because they like missed going to the gym to like use that specific machine. I don't know why that one's the best one, but it is. And so I know that there's a lot of people who are like, maybe like, oh, I didn't know that Beachbody was for men, are gonna do 9 week control freak because they missed that specific machine.
The reason they like that one is because it allows you to get, so cable machines allow for pull work. So you've got push work and you've got pull work, and the pull work works, the part of the muscles in your back that it works are typically the only things that you're able to do pull work with without any sort of cable machine would be lifting renegade rows or with the bands. So there's limited range of motion just in that type of like body work. That is then that whole door is opened up when you do the cable machines.
All right, okay. So with the workouts, I had everything all written down right here and in a routine and in a list, and you guys just did all of my equipment stuff, so I appreciate you doing that. Going back to the movements and the days, like I said before, she does have an evening controlled stretches that she created in her house. They made this like set that kind of replicated her house for her. And she goes into like breathing techniques and stretches and all of that stuff. So that's really important. And that is also added on to this. For those that have done 80-Day Obsession, 80-Day Obsession follows what they call a timed nutrition. For this one, she's like, listen, if you guys are going to gain control over things, you're going to gain control over everything. And that means your nutrition too. So she's not giving you something to follow when it comes down to nutrition. If you like To Be Mindset, you can do To Be Mindset for this. If you like Ultimate Portion Fix, you can do Ultimate Portion Fix for this, because Autumn is the one that did create Ultimate Portion Fix. She just does Ultimate Portion Fix because that's just her life. That's her lifestyle. And she does the basic one. She doesn't do the time nutrition one. I'm finding out that I really enjoy doing the time nutrition. I just like knowing that like at 5 a.m. I'm having my breakfast, and then at such and such time I'm having my lunch, and then at such and such time I'm having a snack. And so I will probably follow that. And if anyone has any questions or wants to follow it with me, we can do it together. But if not, you are totally in control over what you're doing, as long as you're doing a specific nutrition program that's also going to benefit and fuel your body for the type of workouts that you are going to be doing. That doesn't mean that you can just kind of eat whatever. She does have kind of like with 80-day equation-ish to figure out what plan or how much calories you should have, what your caloric intake is. And so you should do that at the beginning of this program, and then also in between the phases, just like 80-day, because it could change depending on what the phases look like. Erica, did you want to mention something?
Yeah, I was saying it's important to make sure that you're following the equation for 9 week control freak. So each of the new programs has an equation that's built for that program. If this is considered a moderate intensity, even though it's an intense workout program, the length of the workouts makes the calculation different. So even if you're doing time nutrition, make sure you follow the time nutrition programming that is in the Ultimate Portion Fix. Don't go try to follow the time nutrition that's an 80-day, because 80-day incorporates the refeed days and the deplete days. And that is not like, that's very specific to 80-day obsession because they are 45-minute to hour-long workouts. So make sure that we're following the bracket calculation that's under the 9-week Control Freak materials, but also the Ultimate Portion Fix as it's written, Time Nutritionist, it's written for Ultimate Portion Fix or just regular Portion Fix. And that's one of the things I think it's helpful to remember, because I think I used to get confused. You can eat like even Foundational Fix when the containers are not paired together like they are in Time Nutrition. Even with Foundational Fix, you should be combining 2 or 3 different containers every 2 or 3 hours throughout the day. Like it still should be incrementally placed throughout the day. It doesn't have to be, but it can be. So there's like, you can do 3 meals a day with Foundational Fix. You can do like every 2 to 3 hours with Foundational Fix. And then you can do Time Nutrition where the containers are already paired for you. It works on based on like what works best for you. So.
Yeah. She said that she did Foundational Fix. Thank you. I couldn't figure out the word. So it's not called basic, it's foundational. But yeah, so as a team, we are going to start 9-week Control Freak on January 11th. For those that are coaches, this is the available time for you to buy your stuff from December 7th to December 20th, right? Because on December 21st, the customers are able, those that are customers are able to buy their stuff. And we want to start together. We want to start as a full team. We want to press play on January 11th together because that will give you time to get your equipment and set up your equipment. You have to find a door, or Megan's going to show us, which is great, but you have to find a door for the control tracker. And it has to be a door, and Autumn says it has to be a door that doesn't open towards you. And if it does open towards you, make sure it has like one of those locks at the top of it so that it doesn't open up on accident. A deadbolt, thank you. And she said no glass, because she's like, please guys, I just don't want to be the one that is like telling you guys to do something and then you let go of the rope and then it goes back and it smashes your favorite door in your house because that's the only door that you can do this on. She's like, please don't make it like, you know, don't make it unsafe for you. This is supposed to be a safe and fun, effective program. It's not supposed to be something that, you know, is going to be an inconvenience for you or the rest of your life.
I think also don't overthink it. I mean, if there's a door, if your only door that you can use has glass on it, she mentioned somebody in the control group, like they put plywood over the piece of glass. Like the purpose of not using a door with glass is so you don't shatter the glass. And a door always opens. Like if a door opens towards you one direction, the other side of that door is going to not open towards you. So if you're like, oh my God, like I have no doors that open this way in the house, like, okay, we'll use the other side of that door depending on what space looks like on the other side of that door.
Yeah. And she also mentions that you don't even need a lot of space. Like you don't need a lot of space for this. And Megan can show us when she heads to show us what her control tracker looks like. But Megan didn't attach it to a door. She attached it to a wall. And what is important to know is that you do not get the materials to attach it to the wall. That's something that you have to go out and get yourself. And she does give you a recommendation on what things you should get. You can get it easily at Home Depot. She's like, it's maybe like $5 or $10 that you can get the stuff. And it's so easy for you to put up yourself. And she's like, and if you don't want to see the tracker in your living room, then just take the tracker down. And when you want to use it, then put it back up. And if people are like, why are there metal things on your wall? Then you can decorate it with something else until you put your tracker on it. I mean, there were so many people that were upset about the fact that they didn't have a door or they had to put this on their wall. And Autumn was like, well, if this program is for you and you're ready to take control, then like you're going to do the sacrifices and you're going to do the things that you want to do in order to do this program. And if not, then like there's 80-day, there's 21-day fix. There's so many other programs that you can also get really quick results from. That's not Control Freak. And that's totally okay too. But there were so many people that were just pissed off at her that are like, why do I need to buy this stuff through you? Why can't I get it off of Amazon? Why can't I get this ball? Why can't I do this? And she's like, as a super trainer and as someone that's just really passionate about, you know, changing people's lives and doing all of this stuff, she's like, this is my 10th program. I know what I'm doing and I'm doing this for a reason and it's going to help you guys. And yes, it's going to be expensive, but at the same time, that expense for everything else afterwards is like minuscule compared to the changes that you're going to have in your mindset, the changes that you're going to feel physically, the changes that you're going to have in your life, the confidence that you're going to see in yourself, all of that there's no price to that. And so if you're worried about having to drop, the $200 for everything, then yes, at the same time, that $200 is going to mean shit when you're feeling the best that you're feeling in your entire life because you're doing this program. And so those are things, that's the type of growth mindset that you have to start having now, and believing in yourself that you have to start having now, because it's Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate. Buy this shit for your Christmas gift, for your Hanukkah gift, for whatever gift, for your divorce gift, for your married gift, for whatever gift you're going to get for yourself. This is the gift that you want to give to yourself. This is the stuff that you want to save for and that you want to do, because ultimately, guys, is going to change your life. And I'm not even going to talk about the equipment because Erica and Megan and Erin did a really great job talking about it, and they took everything that I wrote down. So it's totally, you guys, I'm not going to repeat it. But I'm ready for any other input that I might have forgotten before Megan shows us her control tracker.
I think there's a couple things, and I touched a little bit on them, but I want to like tie them up and make sure people know they're there. I think program materials for this one are going to be huge. With a lot of our new releases, they don't release the add-ons until a couple weeks afterwards. Everybody's through that first program until the add-ons come out. Right now, as soon as 9-Week Control Freak launches, there's already a ton of 10-minute add-ons. Like I actually was just looking at it. I mean, there's core add-ons, there's cardio add-ons. If you feel like you need something extra, go to one of those 10-minute add-ons. When I say go to one of those 10-minute add-ons, it means go to one of those 10-minute add-ons, not 3 of those 10-minute add-ons. You don't need to make the program an hour. Again, refer to what I said earlier about like, if you're trying to make the program an hour long, really check again with ourselves about where is that coming from. The second one is there actually is an entire different mini series. It's called Remote Control, and it's called Remote Control because she's created a full week of workouts that doesn't need any dumbbells. So these are things that can be done completely with the control tracker and the ball, so that if you're traveling, all you need are those 2 pieces of equipment. So you can sub those if you end up going somewhere. If you're traveling, you can sub those workouts in for whatever day of the week it is that it would be in the typical program. So making sure to check out your add-ons, making sure to check out Remote Control, and the controlled stretches. I think so often we see the rest portion of that. We're like, I don't need to do that part. The reason the controlled stretches are there is because it's so important to get our body the rest it needs. Because if you're looking, if results really are what are driving you right now, if you like, some people are driven by physical results, and that's completely okay. And like we see that progress, and you're not going to get those results unless you're giving yourself the rest that you need, because that's when your body recovers and when you start building that muscle. And so it's really important to get yourself into a routine that focuses on making sure you're pressing play on those 10-minute controlled stretches at the end of the day. I think there was one other thing, and I'm trying to remember what it was, and I'm forgetting it, but I feel like it was important. So it'll come to me at some point. So when it does, I'll let you guys know.
Okay. You ready for the track?
I've got a quick question.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Can I ask a quick one? So the workout program then, am I missing this? So you've got the program and then you've got your 10-minute like cool down as a separate add-on. It's not all.
So there's a warm up and a cool down in the actual workout itself. Mm-hmm. So you have a warm up and a cool down in the 18 to 30 minute workout itself. And then every evening there's a controlled stretch. So there's additional stretching at the end of every evening. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But it's not like Joel where he's like, oh, like go stretch on your own. Peace out, my friends. Like there is a cool down in the actual workout itself also.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget that one either.
I'm excited for the nighttime like meditation.
It's a poop pen, yeah. I'm showing them the truck. We had a thing last night and Josh got literally a drone that is poop, and it's called Flying Poop, and so now my kids found it and it's a mess. Okay, so track. I'm trying to figure out somewhere to set this on so that we can see it. I guess I can take my iPad out.
As Megan's setting this up, I want to go ahead and say, I know some people were concerned about the damage that the control track might do to your wall. And I think one of the things is if you're concerned about the damage that the control track might do to your wall, that is completely up to you. And it's not going to do much more damage than anything else that you're hanging in your wall. If you have a TV that's hanging on your wall, like that's done more damage already than this control track is going to do. At the end of the day, if you don't want that on your wall, that's your choice. And it's not going to be a significant amount of damage.
Correct. So I can send the link out for the attachments that we got. Ours are literally just attached. They're dead bolted in a stud right here. We actually had a pipe at first, but we figured it out. It's kind of easier to see down here at the bottom. I'll plug right here where we attached it. So ours just has 2 screws and they are the correct length and width and everything. But it's actually 2 screws instead of just the 1, just because like I am so paranoid that I'm going to pull on this thing and it's going to shoot out and kill me and like break my spine. It's just like a thing. But it's not going anywhere. I did try it today, so it works. And then you've got your clip, and it was super easy to put up. So Josh did put the things in the walls for me, and then I put the track up, but it literally just slides up and down. And it's super simple. Literally just, I guess they're going to show you all the instructions. But like today when we did the chest clip, this is like really hard to hold this and so you just like slide it down. And then, so I know that they said you don't need a lot of space, and you don't need a lot of space, but I did realize that I have to like step out pretty far to get enough resistance in these bands when I pull for them to actually be effective when I'm doing like my presses and stuff. So I guess you don't really need much like width room, but be able to go farther back, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she said it was like maybe a foot on each side.
Yeah,
that you'll need for like each side, but the way that she described it when she was on the call with our team, with Team Elevate, she was like, I had cameras all around me, and I had like a little box that was taped off. And once I stepped out of that box, and I was no longer on camera. And she was like, it was like maybe a foot and like 2 feet in front of me. Like that was like her rectangle of space that she had to do it, to do everything. So if you're worried about where the door could be or where in your house you could do it, even like a little hallway could work depending on how much space you had on each side of you.
You're definitely going to need more than 2 feet in front of you. And that's just from I did it today, and I needed at least like 5 feet in front of me. Mm-hmm. And that's just being honest. I mean, like in order to build up enough resistance when you're doing your presses and things like that, I felt like I needed at least like 4 to 5 feet. 2 feet. I mean, the bands are almost 2 feet. When you're just standing there.
One of the things Autumn had mentioned is I know that there's 2 different resistance bands, like 2 different weight of resistance bands that come in the pack. There actually are going to be resistance bands that have a higher resistance that Beachbody sells. So you're going to be, even though there's the 2 that come included, there are heavier resistance bands that you can get as an add-on. So Megan, if you get to the point where you're having to go out too far, like it might mean you need a higher resistance. And those will, just so people know, if you're like, or if you have a guy that's like super muscular and like really like used to lifting really heavy weights, know that there is the option to get the heavier resistance bands, and you can order them through Beachbody. And that is something that Autumn had shared. Like they don't come with all 4 of those, but there are extra options.
Oh yeah. So thinking of the equipment, I'm not sure if it was actually like clearly stated that the step does not come with the equipment. You just get the ball, the core ball, you just get the tracker, you get the resistance bands that come with it. And then you get like a brag board and like some other like really fun things that she included. But the step is the step that Shanti uses in Transform 20. And so Beachbody already has that step. You actually get the step for 15% off when you do get 9-week Control Freak, and you get it for with free shipment. So it's the 15% off and with the free shipment through Beachbody. And if you don't want to go through Beachbody, that's probably the only thing that you can't get through for this program. I mean, that you can get not through Beachbody with this program. You just have to make sure, like Megan said, and like what Erica said, that you want to make sure you get the right size. And there was one that I sent to my cousin because she's doing Transform 20, and she was like, well, my package didn't come with the step. And I was like, and a whole another story for another time. And I was like, we'll get this one. Like, this is the same one that's the same length, and it's $20 on Amazon, and here you go, take it and, you know, run with that. So it is possible for you to get the step somewhere else if that's something that you're worried about. That's all I have.
I would say, Kirsten, do you have any more? I know that you have to wait to do the program, but are there any other questions that you have listening to us talking about it or like thinking about the program?
No, I mean, for me, I'm just, because I quite like a long program, and I'm really happy with 80 days because you've got the 40, 50, you know, like an hour long workout. And I do get that you can pack everything into 18 minutes. But for me, and I think the guys that are around me as well, I don't think that, I mean, I say this and I haven't tried it yet. I haven't given it a go, but I don't think it's going to work for me, maybe. But I'll just have to see in July when I'm back. So yeah.
Do you think it's just because mentally you like having that hour-long workout? Like, it's not as much about the results you get, it's about having that time for yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Because, you know, if I just go down to the gym, then I'll be down there for an hour and a half or whatever. I find it more of a social thing as well. So I think a quick in and out, I get it. And there's definitely people that would benefit from it, but yeah, I don't think I will.
And I think that that's part of where it comes down to, like, getting what works for you and knowing what works for you. Because not every program is going to be everybody's program, and that's completely okay. And that's like knowing that that's that time and that's your space to go be with people and be with yourself and have that social time. Like, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Autumn also mentioned that even though it's a quick pace program, you're supposed to go at your own pace. You have the control over all of this, right? So like, even if she is on whatever rep, like you can make it slower if you want it to. It's just, there's just the option of it being as quick as it is for people that do love the in and out of the gym and just having a quick and effective workout for them. So.
And I think, like we had said, Shanice, you had mentioned, the team is going to do it together starting on January 9th. So we have our regular Wholehearted Wellness Studio, 11th. Yes.
11th.
Aaron. Yeah. 11th.
I was like,
yeah, no, I don't even know where the 9th came from, but January 11th. But we'll have our regular Wholehearted Wellness Studio, but in BOD groups, we'll actually have one dedicated specifically for 9-week Control Freak. So anybody that's doing that in January, then we'll probably do a second round of that later on as well, just for anybody that joins later. But being able to do that 9-week Control Freak and have everybody that's on that same day together in like a little pod to start using BOD group, but also be familiar with the program for that as well. So if you want to do it, like getting stuff ordered as quickly as possible, just because I know Beachbody shipping has gotten caught up. We're not as behind, like things aren't taking as long as they were this summer.
Right.
However, it is also the holiday season. And if anybody has ordered anything recently, I mean, it's not just how quickly Beachbody ships stuff. It still has to get here through USPS and UPS and FedEx, and everything moves slower this time of year. So if you want to start on the 11th, if you want to start on the 11th, getting it, like checking in with your coach on like making sure orders are going in the 21st or as soon as possible is super, super helpful. I mean, it's because we want you guys to be able to start day one all together. I'm trying to think. I really think there was something else that I wanted to say and I don't remember what it was, but Shanice, thank you for going through all of that and like being able to share all that information with us. And Megan, thank you for showing us the track.
Oh yeah.
Haphazard, like.
Sorry if I was like in and out and my internet wasn't.
You only cut out that once. Yeah, you only cut out that once. So that
okay,
was
good.
yeah. And then if
And
anybody does,
thanks for helping me jump in and figure out things that I missed or whatever. I just wrote like a few different things down, so I knew I was going to miss some things here and there. And you guys, this is why we're a team. This is why we work together, because I by myself am not going to remember everything, and you guys as teammates lift me up and make me feel stronger and make me feel well-rounded and put together. And I'm just so excited to rock this new program together.
I'm super impressed because I didn't even I was over here stressing out because like we hadn't talked about it, and you had everything. You literally could have done the whole thing by yourself. So I was stressing out because we didn't have we hadn't connected over what got done, but I think you would have covered all of it and run with it as it was. So
thanks. It's just my notes from when Autumn talked. And when she was talking, I was like, do I stare at her or do I take notes? And I'm like, I'm going to take notes. And then sometimes I was like, but I'm staring at her right now. It was like that weird, like, oh my God, I'm meeting a celebrity, but she doesn't even really know I'm here because there's like a million other one of us that are on this call too. But it was really cool to hear her talk and hear her passion about the program. I mean, I follow her on Instagram, but like, for it to come from a super trainer and be like, no, you guys, like, this is my story. And like, I was struggling and I decided to make this program because I'm not always in control over things. Like, it really makes them human like us. And sometimes we forget that celebrities or super trainers or, these people that have worked so hard are not as human as us because they have all of these fortunate gifts and stuff that people give to them. And we think that they have this perfect life, and sometimes they do. And most of the time they're just like us. So it was cool to listen to her talk about the program and why she is so excited for other people to have to do it too, because it does truly change you. I think that any of these Beachbody programs can change you if you are willing to kind of be uncomfortable and really focus on not so much the change itself, but like where it's going to take you, and accept that it's going to take you into places that you're probably not ready for, and that you probably didn't sign up for at first because you're like, oh, I'm all about, the physical changes, which is great. But it really changes like the way you look at yourself every day and the confidence that you exude from your body and like your mental, wellness and stuff too. It's like, it's so important. And so hopefully this touches someone and we can change the world.
Oh, is that on me? Hello.
Oh yeah, it is. It must have been because you were moving. I was waiting to see. I was like, when the box goes, I'm like, is somebody going to say something or what's going on? But I think, so this week is Spirit Week. So there will be the Spirit Week posts going up. I know if you're in the Refresh and Refocus group, you'll see those posts also. I will post the link for this in all of the, it'll be in both BOD groups, it'll be in the Facebook group. And I will share the link for the call that Shanice is referencing with Autumn, so that it is an hour-long call. If anybody wants to take the time to watch it, it does. While we've conveyed and while Shanice did a really good job bringing that information, I know it's always really cool to see the person that's created a program speak about it, because it really does show their passion and what's going into it. She does answer some other questions. I don't think this is applicable for anybody right now in the group, but it is something that might come up at some point. This program is not recommended if you are pregnant. If you are pregnant, it's not like your heart rate is going to be too high throughout the program. That is not something that, so if you're like working with somebody, with a friend, like this is something like you can always come back to it. Don't do it if you're pregnant. Postpartum, check with your doctor and see where you're at with that. I mean, always is the recommendation. But Spirit Week this week, we will end up finish the 7 days of gift giving. And then we had the holiday call last night. So if anybody wants to share any cookie recipes and drop them in the comments there, you absolutely can. Erin and I made snickerdoodles, which technically neither one of us were able to have. And then she left and there was a piece broken off and I totally ended up eating it anyway. So I had dairy and egg. So I was eating activated charcoal by the handful this morning, but you know what? It was really good. So if anybody doesn't have those limitations and wants to eat those, the Fixate snickerdoodles are very good. So
you can send them my way.
Yeah, I'll bring some. Anybody else, is there anything that anybody else that we have coming up this week? Megan has Wildcard Wednesday. Megan, do you want to just talk 16th. A little bit about what that topic is on Wednesday?
So we talked about me not doing the scale, right?
I think the one.
Or did you want me to do the scale?
I think I was looking at the calendar, and I think next Sunday you were down for the team call to talk about the scale next Sunday.
Right.
And then on Wednesday you were going to talk about knowing when it's time to ask for help and asking for help.
Right. Because I wanted to, because I already talked about on one of the wildcard Wednesdays kind of like a little bit about the scale. So I didn't want to do scale and just kind of like make it such a huge focus. So on the 16th, I'm just kind of going to go over just the basics of like what it looks like to ask for help, when you might need help, and how asking for help is not like a sign of weakness. It's actually something that shows strength and courage and what it can do for you. So that's kind of going to be my focus on the 16th.
So that'll be live in Facebook. And then if you save it, I'll copy the link and I can put it on YouTube so I can share it in the other groups as well.
Perfect.
Yeah. I think what I got confused on, because I was trying to, sorry, like Kirsten, you're going to end up like listening to like my rambling on this. I think Megan, I was confused because we had talked about like there were so many things going on. I had forgotten that you had the wildcard Wednesday this week. And so we were doing lives in the Refresh and Refocus group. And so like when I had asked about like, did you go live? I meant like the live in the Refresh and Refocus group. So I was like trying to track like multiple different things. And I don't think anybody knew what I was trying to track in my brain.
And I thought I was doing that Monday and Thursday, like tomorrow.
Well, let's connect about that after I stop recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So anything else that needs, Erin, is there anything you have that should be recorded for this call? Okay. I'm going to stop recording then.